You there! You look like a capable forager. I need some help. Can we talk? Thank the ancestors you stopped. Right. Well, I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I need to collect ingredients for a medicinal tincture, and I simply don't have time. I need someone to help. Ah, yes. I am Balva Bemis, retainer to Oathman Lero Rawlis of House Telvanni. Lero suffers from beastly headaches, and I'm making a tincture to address his malady. I need some hard-to-attain ingredients. If you aid me, I'll pay you well. I need the musk gland of a bullnetch. I spotted some netch remains around Kemel-Ze. Also a plant called the volcanic stinkhorn from near Salem Mora. And lastly, fungal blooms from a dead shroom beetle. The best ones skitter around Tel Dreloth. Once you collect the ingredients, I'll make the necessary preparations at my workstation in Ald Isra. You know, getting the viscosity right and all that. He's a very demanding individual, even at the best of times. Commands with an iron fist, you know. And when these headaches strike, he is positively tyrannical. Yes, yes. I think it will address his malady fully. I mean, I hope so. He's terrible when he's like this. Just come back here when you're done. I'll be here, tinkering on the tincture.
Brigands, scoundrels, fleshy constructs. Yes, you must help me. Kemel-Ze, sacred site of the tribunal, is under attack. The secret underground laboratory of Sotha Sil himself has been invaded. Overrun. Kemel-Ze, where the magician himself studied among the dwarves, is under attack. The Painted Eye found Kemel-Ze despite all our secrecy. I left Nelthas Drathen to defend Sotha Sil's laboratory, since he's a Clockwork Apostle. Mercenaries who steal magical items. Kemel-Ze holds dwarven technology and the magician's experiments. It's a banquet for their vile appetites. Please, talk to Nelthas Drathen and remove the Painted Eye from Kemel-Ze. The tribunal will reward you. You'll find the entrance to Kemel-Ze here. It may be difficult to spot, but the elevator should take you straight into the magician's laboratory. Nelthas Drathen will be there somewhere. Find him and rid the holy site of the Painted Eye. One of Sotha Sil's Clockwork Apostles. He's a little arrogant, but I think our time together has endeared me to him in his own way. He stopped looking down on me and instead began talking to me through notes and letters. Still, he's an odd one. I don't want to say anything out of turn. I'm sure he has his reasons as well. But the things Nelthas says seem overzealous, even for an apostle. A violent group. They take what they want and do what they want with what they take. I don't know why they stormed Kemel-Ze or even how they found out about it. But they started looting the outer laboratory as soon as they broke through the door. I'm not sure. I don't even think they knew. Usually organized violence has someone there to oversee it, right? When I fled the underground, I didn't notice anyone who was in charge. Seems strange to me. Now, he's not alone. Kemel-Ze is filled with dwarven machines, fabricants, and there's even a Factotum who oversees all the security measures. Between the dwarven constructs and Sotha Sil's own mechanical creations, the Painted Eye should slow down. Oh, yes, of course. Fabricants are being created by Sotha Sil of both metal and flesh. They're works of genius who populate the Clockwork City. Factotums are entirely mechanical and resemble large suits of armor. They talk, too. Back in the First Era, before the Tribunal ascended to godliness, King Nerevar brokered an alliance with the dwarves. Dumark Dwarf King gifted Sotha Sil a wing of Kemel-Ze as a sign of that alliance. Oh no, he's much too busy. Now, most of Kemel-Ze belongs to the remaining dwarven machines. Nilfos and I care for Sotha Sil's wing. Nilfos oversees Sotha Sil's experiments, and I keep thieves and miscreants from the doors. This is my fault. Magics that are far beyond the scope of my understanding. Sometimes, the Telvanni Masters try and access the wing to see what Sotha Sil studied, but we have defensive measures in place to keep them from seeing too much of his research.
Poor Factotum. A few missing components and you cease to function. A creature of flesh, but without the sign of the painted. Come here. I assume that fool Thorin sent you. Well, your presence isn't required. I am a Clockwork Apostle, and I have the situation here well in hand. If you'd be so kind as to vacate the premises, you can reassure Thorin that he has no need to worry. Currently dealing with... I'm activating the Dwarven constructs. They're highly effective at frightening off any hostiles who come here. Really, this is standard procedure. I'm not even sure what that dithering fool was worried about. Have you faced an homunculi? Whatever the painted eye are after, I doubt it's valuable enough to drive them to such bravery. Not when murderous dwarven machines spring from every wall. How could you possibly think I'd know something like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have sacred items to collect. Best not let any painted eye stragglers find Lord Set's world-altering projects. Give my regards to Thorin. I'm locking this door behind me. You can see yourself out.
Alert. Disruption. Danger. Repair construct. Stop the betrayer. Analyzing. Subject unknown. Threat detection unknown. Begin friendly introduction. Greetings. I am Proteus. Kemel-Ze security oversight. Error. Diagnostic check. Error. Error. Dreaming. Burnt fields. Rust. Apostle Nilfas Draythan override. Doors unlocked. Painted eye hostiles. Outer laboratory compromised. Error. Dreaming. Incomplete. Diagnostic test. Failed. Totus model. Critical components missing. Conclusion. Affirmative. Imperative. Stop. Apostle Nilfas Draythan. Protus security oversight. Error. Protus assistance. Repair required. Critical components missing. Scanning for components. Recipient's cortex. West wing. Cognition cluster. West wing. Self-repair protocols. Accessible. Components required.
In desperation, all things consume one another. Is this a sign of imperfection? Or is this the fundamental truth of creations? Is it separate from the morality of the mortal world?
Scanning component location. Components nearby. Insert into Palmar shelf. Recipient's cortex functional. Cognitive cluster restored. Corporeal system repair complete. Hello, I am Proteus, Kemel-Ze security oversight construct. I ensure that the inner laboratory is not disturbed until the creator, Lord Set, returns. My form is fully functional, but my memory and connection to the systems here remain fractured. Nilfast Drathan removed the mnemonic fragments which facilitated that connection. We will need to install new ones. Another of Lord Set's early projects. Later he stored his memories in the stars. But in Kemel-Ze he was more grounded. They can connect information to the inner workings of the laboratory. Importantly, they are compatible with my form. Affirmative. These are the locations of the major mnemonic fragments. Find them, and my systems will be fully restored.
You move and you have a name. What is missing? You, Proteus, have more purpose than half of all mortals. So why aren't you better than them?
The Creator left before I could learn the answer to his question.
Joints will wear down. Your precision footpads will dent and crumble. But in this moment, and only this moment, you are perfection itself.
Self-repair was the only way the Creator could circumvent inevitable deterioration.
I know differently. marvelous specimens. None are without flaws, yet all achieve a sort of beauty. Is that it? In order to create a form this pure, must I master the art of irregularities?
It took the Creator a long time to differentiate mandatory flaws from those he could improve upon. Return to the antechamber. I will meet you there, so we can gain entrance to the inner laboratory.
Laboratory security and oversight protocols restored. Locating Apostle Nilfastrathan. Dreaming. Damp cough. Polished key. Apostle Nilfastrathan and several unregistered guests approach the Clockwork Probabilis.
Intrinsic forces govern events on Nan. Some are constant, like the force which compels objects to fall to the ground, while others defy prediction and categorization. The Probabilis allows for willful manipulation of such forces. It is a prototype, a precursor to Lord Set's great work, the Throne Aligned. If Apostle Nilfastrathan activates the Probabilis, Nern will suffer destabilization. Loss of life will far exceed acceptable thresholds. Safeguards breached. The Painted Eye breached the door to the inner laboratory. They are close to the Clockwork Probabilis, and Apostle Nilfastrathan is with them. I will use the security measures to hinder them, but we must protect the Probabilis. Through the door Apostle Nilfastrathan used when we first met. It will open for you now. Security oversight protocols becoming available. Such as
Protus, you're active? I will activate the Probabilis. It's what Set wanted. Probabilis is active! You think you can stop me? The likes of you won't stop me! Why won't you let me fix what you couldn't? What have you done? I was going...
Hidden directive activated. Dreaming.
It works. I knew it would, but combining mnemonic fragments in this way is complicated. Hello, mortal. I am a memory gestalt facsimile. Sotha Sil in all but flesh. I see Nilfis Drayton's bid for control over the Probabilis is over. Good. He lacked the capacity to understand it. Even as a mnemonic fabrication, I know that many will take issue with my work. Nilfis Drayton tried to reconcile his beliefs with reality, and his answers fell short. He leapt to false conclusions, as he was always going to. I could not, just as he could not stop himself from committing this act. Cause and effect are matters of fact. Now that the Drayton event is concluded, Protus will receive new safeguard directives. When we are through, speak to Protus. Of course, I cannot promise you satisfaction, only that I will answer as truthfully as I am able. The progression of time is linear. It expands in both directions at a fixed rate. Nilfis Drayton activated the Probabilis. Therefore, it must be functional so that it could be activated. Do you think leaving it the way I did was irresponsible? A platitude, but still you are correct. I followed my only course of action. My laboratories here in Kemel-Ze were the beginning of a much larger project. I knew where my experiments in tinkering would lead, but without starting here, those goals would never be achieved. Because I knew my success, I also knew my course. I could offer you a convincing lie, but I did promise the truth. Knowing and understanding are entirely different. I knew what I needed to create down to every gear and wire. But still, I did not understand a single piece. Precisely. I suppose you could say that I worked backwards, and in doing so found more answers than I thought I had questions. Mnemonic fragments store memories. I sought to use the memories to create an artificial animus. Alas, all I was able to achieve was the appearance of a fully developed soul. I am a convincing lie. Artificial, perhaps more than Protus. Such is the duality of my mind. I know I am not the true Sotha Sil, but my memories are his. My thoughts mirror his. I speak like him because the memories allow for only one way of speaking. I exist only for the sake of this conversation. Protus will preserve the mnemonic fragments so I will not fall to ruin. But I will not grow or develop either. I will be stuck in stasis until such time as circumstance alters my course. I hope my original does not face the same fate.
more to say. Your work here is complete. I thank you for your service. If you would not mind returning to Thorin Armus, please tell him that his presence is no longer needed in Kemel-Ze. He is mortal. Mortals can be swayed to endanger the security of Kemel-Ze. I'm sure Thorin Armus will quickly be assigned to another sacred site. Do not fear for Thorin Armus. I will maintain this laboratory on my own. It is my duty. Without Nilfas Drathan to guide them, the Painted Eye's presence here will dwindle until the halls are quiet once more. I will work with the security systems in order to drive the Painted Eye out. I cannot say. It may only take a few hours, or it could take a season. It depends on how stubborn they are. But after they are gone, I will begin the locking sequence. Like my creator before me, I will shun the world of mortals. Not me. The creator, Sotha Sil, did. My directives must be detailed and precise, as I oversee many systems here in Kemel-Ze. I have one last directive to fulfill before beginning my new duties. Here, this is payment for the services you rendered.